take this lid off. And there we are. Looking good. Let's see what we got here. We got our phone. That's nice. Looks like there's a SIM tool there. That's good. And a tempered glass screen protector. That's a nice little addition, kind of like that. Got some paperwork here. Phone charging, warranty, easy key buttons, and our user manual. Looks like we got a nice little charger in here. I'm glad we got the US charger. And got us a little dongle here because we do not have a headphone jack. So that's something to keep in mind there. We've got another little dongle here. That's kind of nice. Regular USB to USB-C. That'll come in handy. Got us a little wrist strap. I like that. And our charging cable. There we go. There's our USB-C charging cable. Exactly what we need for the phone. All right, yeah. So we're going to put the wrist strap, all the instructions. We're going to get all of this here back into the box. Right here, we're going to take this and we're going to set this aside for a moment. And we're going to focus on the phone. There we go. All right. Well, I am not a tech guy. Let's get that out of the way right now. I am not a tech guy. I am an outdoor guy, and that's why we're looking at this phone. So what are we looking at? We're looking at IP69K and IP68. We're looking at mil spec. We're looking at a water drop screen with a 4 gigabyte of RAM, 8 on the 7, 128 gigabytes of ROM. We've got a 6.3-inch screen, a 48 megapixel camera on the back. We got wireless charging. That's kind of surprising at this price point. We've got face unlock. We have a fingerprint reader. We have a 5,500 milliamp battery with Android 10. So let's take a look at it without this stuff all over it here. Let's slip this off here to begin with. That's on there real good. All right, here we go. Let's get this thing out of the way. Oh, that is a beefy boy. Look at that. That is by no means a lightweight, but it is as rugged and as solid as you can get. Let's pull this screen protector off. Take a look at the front of that. Oh, isn't that pretty? Well, let's take a look at the back of the phone here. A little more detail on those cameras on the back. It does have that 48, but it also has a couple of other 2 megapixel cameras on the back. Has a heart rate sensor, something you don't see too much on rugged phones. And it has 5 LEDs for brightness. So if you're needing to get some light where you're at, this phone is going to give you that light. Has a customizable button here on this side. Really nice to see there. Also has your power key on this side with your volume up and down, and your fingerprint reader right below your power key. So let's go ahead and strip this off the back since we're not really needing that right now. All right, and once again, a very attractive looking phone for a rugged phone. So we have place here on the back for that wrist strap. One nice thing about having a wrist strap with a rugged phone, it is a heavier phone. You may not want to carry it in your pocket. That wrist strap allows you to put it on a backpack. You can hang it from your belt. Another thing I like about this particular rugged phone, if you'll notice, there is no cover on the USB port. That's because it achieves its IP68-69K rating without having to have that cover on the port. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and power it up if it has a charge, see if it powers up, and see what it looks like here. So let's give this thing a little second to come up. There it is, a Ulefone, powered by Android. So that may take a moment for it to get going there. Now it says to connect to a mobile network. I have not put any SIM cards in this phone as of yet, so we're going to stop at this point. I'm going to get it set up with SIM cards. It is a dual SIM card phone, and we're going to see where we're at that point. All right, there we go. We have a SIM in here now. So one thing I want to mention right off the bat is, unlike your typical phone, your SIM tray is going to be a little bit different. Your SIM tool does have the small pointed end for removing the SIM from your other phone, but this SIM tray here has a small notch, and you use this end of the SIM tool to open the SIM tray and slide it out. It is a dual SIM phone. You can use 2 SIMs, or you can use 1 SIM and your SD card. So, all right. So let's see here. So, first thing that I have noticed as soon as we've got this thing booted up is the lack of third-party apps, something that I appreciate. I hate when you get a phone and it is full of third-party apps. That's the first thing I noticed. If we swipe over here, you'll see you got contacts, clock, settings, sound recorder, calendar. You've got your typical apps here, FM radio, which is nice to see. You have an emergency app, also nice to see, as well as a couple of other little apps that were added, the outdoor tools and the children's app. And heart rate, of course, which is also rather nice to see. So not a lot of additional apps outside of what is normally installed with the Android operating system. And of course, you've got your suite of Google apps right there, which is kind of nice. You'll also notice down here at the bottom that we have a little bit different method of navigating the phone. You can set it up for a traditional method of navigating with your home button, your back button, but in this one it comes ready to go with the swipes features for going back to your home screen. Let's see, well, let's open this up and I'll show you. All right, so as you swipe up, you go back to your home screen. If you don't like that, you can definitely change it. The other thing you're going to notice is you do not have an app drawer. So all of your apps are on your home screens. Comes standard that way with this particular model of phone. If you're not particularly happy with that, there are a ton of third-party apps out there that can install an app drawer for you. You also have several third-party launchers. I particularly like the Smart Launcher. As I said, we've got these apps over here. We swipe to the right, and you see that you have your Google feed, if they're calling it that now, which I really do appreciate. And let's see what else we've got here. You swipe down, you've got your quick shortcuts there. You've got your notifications. This does have NFC, by the way. What we're going to do at this point is we are going to get this phone set up the way I like it. Possibly put in a second SIM, see how all that works out. Use a few of the apps, take it out and about for a while, get a good feel for it, and then we'll come back and talk about what we like and what we don't like. So, here we go. Let's talk about this for a minute. Used it for a few days, loaded up everything on it, got it like I like it, and I've got some opinions here. We'll talk about what I don't really care too much for, and then we'll talk about the things I really do like about it. And the first thing I want to talk about right off the bat is the user interface. So, one of the things about this phone that I do not really care for is the way they put all of these apps right here on the main screens. No app drawer. Some people like this. Some people find it, very convenient. They like to move their apps around, so many to each page, put them how they like it. I don't. So, to correct this issue, what I did was simply add Smart Launcher. Love it. Great launcher. Use it on all my devices. All my apps are categorized. Makes it easy to find what I need when I need it. But that's a personal preference. So, second thing that I have a little bit of an issue with is the fact that the fingerprint reader is very, very responsive. That can be a bad thing. The fingerprint reader on this phone does not have an indentation to kind of protect it from accidental touches. So it is easy to get several false reads in a row. So those are the things I don't really care for on it. What do I like about it? A lot. I like a lot about this phone. Even for a phone with only 4 gigabytes of RAM, as you can see, it's very responsive. I have usually quite a few apps open. Haven't had an issue there. 128 gigabytes of storage, which is awesome because I do have 2 SIM cards in it. The other thing I really like. So I'm not using an SD card for storage. Love the 2 SIMs. I have 2 T-Mobile SIMs in here, my work phone and my regular phone. And as you can see, I've got the 4G. Bring this up a little bit. You can see that right there on both SIMs. Full 4G on both SIMs. Now it does default to my home number for making and receiving calls and text messages, but it's a very simple matter of just going straight into the settings and changing that default anytime I need to. Now, as far as the apps that came on the phone, there's one particular app that I really enjoy, and let me see if I can find it here. I did not organize these alphabetically. Oh, here we go. Nope. All right, outdoor app. Now you're going to really like this if you're outside working a lot. It's got some great features here. We have a sound meter, checks the decibel levels, lets you know what's going on. A lot of loud equipment. That's very handy. You can set an alarm bell, flashlight, alarm, screen flash. Hanging pictures, you've got an app for that. Just, you gotta love that. Your compass. I have not calibrated this yet. Once you calibrate the phone, you get a compass. In fact, let's go ahead and calibrate this real quick. Give me just a moment to do that, and then we'll move on. There we go, 1 compass. Level. Flashlight, magnifier. Magnifier is an interesting one. You can do the same thing with your camera, but it is kind of nice to have a dedicated app for this where you can just zoom in and out on things. And not really sure how I would use it, but it does have a protractor. So those are some great little features on this phone. So overall, I've got to say I'm pretty happy with it. Well, there you go. This wraps up another random review. The Armor 7E rugged phone. If this was helpful, if you liked it, subscribe, give me a like, and we'll see you next time. Just a quick note, I am not compensated for my reviews. The opinions expressed are entirely my own.